This is very important in the light of recent events, most notably the nuclear deal that has resulted, I believe, in the Iranians being able to undertake smuggling and to use their resources to fund their activities in the wider Middle East. This not only includes their proxy political conflict in Lebanon, but also the military proxy in Yemen particularly. But we also know that their influence has extended into Iraq and certainly into Syria as well. And now this is a very, very important issue, and today it will be demonstrated that the sanctions relief which they have received has enabled them to continue their spread of terrorism in the region.
Today's revolution once again proves that this reality that the IRGC is utilizing all its leverages, in particular economic leverages, to export Islamic extremism and terrorism for the Iranian side. In practice, they're using this for financing terrorism and fundamentalism. In addition to this economic empire which the IRGC has created itself, and according to the information obtained by the PMI, it amounts to $12 billion annually for the revenue which the IRGC gets from these activities, illicit activities. The first front company is called Admiral Group Shipping Company. It was set up in 2012, and it's owned by Ali Shamkhani's son. This company has offices in Dubai and Tehran. So one of Shamkhani's sons is based in Dubai, and the second one is based in Tehran. These are two sons of Shamkhani, Hussein and Hassan. Shamkhani, and that is another director of this company. So, the Admiral Group dispatches arms specifically to Yemen, and as I said, after the closure of the direct sea routes to Yemen in 2015, now they are sending and dispatching their consignments to Suhar port in the north of Oman, as well as the other two ports which I showed you. Some of the arms dispatched include AK-47 Kalashnikov machine guns, as well as RPG rocket launchers, explosive caches, and mines. This Hafez Darya Arya Shipping Company has 29 vessels for transporting containers, and it uses docks in Port Asaluye and also in Bandar Abbas and Bushehr to ferry the goods that belong to the IRGC. The third shipping company is called Al-Fajr Shipping Company. This is another front company used by the IRGC. It takes its name from Al-Fajr 8, which was a major operation during the Iran-Iraq War in 1985. So the company was set up in 1986. And it's affiliated to Khatam al-Anbiya, which is, as I said, the major arm of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards for their economic activities. And it carries IRGC cargoes and consignments. The name of the manager is Majid Sotude and Lutfullah Saidi, and Mansour Islami are also the managers of this company. Now we have two important IRGC docks in the strategic island of Abu Musa. Abu Musa is a very strategic island which has a geostrategic importance in the Strait of Hormuz. As you can see, the IRGC uses two docks in this important strategic island. And due to its importance, the IRGC has a tactical base, which is called Abul Fazl Abbas. They're using all these names of the imams, for their activities. And the IRGC Marines and the Rangers of Imam Sajjad Brigade, who are under the command of the IRGC Brigadier Sadegh Amouyi, are in charge of this protecting the island, and their smuggling weapons and goods are carried out under Amouyi's supervision, who is the Brigadier General of the Iranian regime. This is Sadegh Amouyi, who is one of the top commanders of the Navy, IRGC Navy in the southern provinces. As you can see, and the IRGC has devoted the Ansarul Hujjah Brigade This is commanded by Brigadier General Mehdi Salimi Far to this island, and imports are smuggled under the supervision of this brigade, the Ansar al-Hujjah Brigade. And this is the commander, Mehdi Salimi Far, who is in charge of this port. Then we have other docks in Port Asalouye. Port Asalouye is very important because of its it functions in tandem with the vast oil and gas fields of Asalouye and a special economic zone of Pars. The IRGC runs several of its docks in this port, and the person responsible is Brigadier Mansour Ravankar. Let's see if we have his photo here as well. It's the Brigadier General who is commanding, the commander of the IRGC Navy in this port. He is also the commander of the 4th Naval Zone of the IRGC, who is based in Asalouye due to its importance for the IRGC.
The main vehicle for Iran's aggressive expansionism has been the IRGC and the body responsible for extraterritorial operations, the Quds Force. The IRGC for decades has been carrying out terrorist attacks across the Middle East, including in Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Lebanon, and our report shows that the IRGC's raison d'etre is exclusively summed up in domestic suppression and interference in the affairs of other countries with the aim of expanding the Iranian regime's malign influence. Meddling in the internal affairs of other countries, and particularly exporting terrorism and fundamentalism, are not marginal or trivial policies for the clerical regime. Along with domestic suppression, it represents a strategic pillar for Tehran's survival and endurance. The failure to understand this has led to misleading analyses with respect to the actual powers and capabilities of the Iranian regime. Our study established the following observations. In evaluating the IRGC's meddling in 14 Muslim countries in the region, our study established that there are no countries immune to the regime's expansionist agenda and terrorism carried out through the IRGC. A broad overview of the extent of the IRGC's meddling in the region shows that it's directly involved in the hidden occupation of 4 countries in particular: Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and Lebanon.
Organization of Iran, PMI, which is the People Force within the National Council of Resistance and the NCI.
Under the Obama administration, we had a policy of appeasement. Obama was desperate to have some sort of historic legacy.
And the IRGC itself. So it's a very, very sensitive and important information. We believe that the IRGC is the main arm of this theocratic regime in Iran.
$50 billion of frozen assets, and gave a sort of new lease of life to the Iranian regime to send even more money via the IRGC to spreading terror around the Middle East.